Hello and welcome to game 1 in our campaign. This is against my friend Victor's Brettonia, and I will be playing with my Beasts of Chaos army. I said in the last video my list, but I can say it quick again. I will be running my Doom Bull with the Mark of Slanesh, with the heavy armor and shield and the black maul. A quick rule thingy: he has Frenzy from the black maul, but he's also Slanesh, and as far as I know in the book you can't have Frenzy and be immune to psychology, because that's what Mark of Slanesh gives. I might be wrong, but I will be playing him as he doesn't have Frenzy in this game. Just a quick note. My hero, only a single hero, it's a level 2 Bray Shaman with Mark of Slanesh, Chaos Armor with a Bray Staff. I will be running 2 Chariots in Core, a Bray Herd of 9 Gores and 5 Angors with full command, 4 units of 5 Dogs, a big block of Minotaurs with Mark of Slanesh, Great Weapon and Champion Standard. They can't have any musician. And in special I will have a unit of 3 Chaos Trolls, and in rare I have a Shagop with light armor and a great weapon. So my opponent's list is a Bretonnian Lord with the Grail Vow on a Royal Pegasus. He has the Grail Shield and the Silver Lance. This is a real nasty character. I think he will one-shot my Doom Bull. He might one-shot my Doom Bull. The Silver Lance gives him automatically hits, and the Grail Shield gives him a 4-up ward, and I think he has a 1-up or 2-up in armor save. So he's on the end. On the Royal Pegasus is also nasty. His BSB is just a mounted paladin, nothing special on him. The Bretonnian Core is 4 units of 5 Knights of the Realm. I think it's a champion each, but only 3 standards, and he has a unit of 17 skirmishing peasant bowmen that has light armor. The bowmen I don't really care about. They hit bad and they hit rather weak, but the knights, it's always a problem, especially because everything in my army has more or less more than strength 5. So we'll be having, if he prays, he will be having a 5-up ward against almost all my attacks. And even though I have high strength, it's mostly strength 7 or 5, so he will still have a decent armor save on pretty much everything. In special, he will be running a unit of 3 Pegasus Knights with a champ. This is the bane of my existence. In 6th Ed they have 360 charge arc and well, a 20-inch charge move, so they are really hard, especially because I have more or less nothing in ranged threat. So I hopefully can lock them down or do something to them, because otherwise they will fly over me and into my backfield and be a real nuisance. And he also runs a big block of questing knights, 10 of them with full command, and they are, I mean, they are still they can be used to either have hand weapon shield with strength 4 or great weapon, so they are still a tough block to handle, and they can also dish out a rather nasty load of strength 6. And most of my things are toughness 4, so that's a 2+2, and that's not that nice. And that's everything. He doesn't have anything in rare, so let's go over to deployment. I forgot to show my spells. I have a level 2 and I roll Blissful Throws and Enrapture Spasm. Blissful Throws is a nice magic missile because it's strength 6 and d6 hits, but it's only range 12, so I don't know how useful it will become. Enrapturing Spasm will be very useful because I can lock down his Pegasus Knights or his questing block or his lord, so hopefully I will be able to use it a lot. It's costing a 10 though, so I don't know how useful it would be. We actually noticed after the game that we should be playing a breakthrough mission or deployment, but we just played a pitch battle instead. We didn't read the campaign papers that thoroughly. And this is the deployment. He has 2 blocks of Knights of Realm on the upmost left corner, which with his BSB in the second one. Then he has 2 additional blocks of Knights of the Realm, his pegs, his block of Peasant Bowmen, his Lord, and the questing block. I have a chariot, dogs on the front line, behind on the left I have put my Shagot, then the Minotaur block with the Lord, the trolls in the center being babysit by the Lord, my Brayherd and the Shaman next to the trolls, another chariot, and on the far right I have my a unit of dogs. He decided to pray, so my first turn will probably be rather fast. I will excuse myself once for the low quality photos. I know there are some pictures that are better than others. Some like this is a bit fuzzy and bad lighting, but this is what happens when you play a game and try to document it. But my movement or my whole turn isn't really that much. I casually move forward and will try to chaff him with my dogs. I don't really want to push up that much with anything because I know he has a fairly long charge distance with his knights and Pegasus flying characters. So I just casually move up, and I don't have any kind of shooting, and I don't have range on any spells. So this is my entire turn. Next up is Plutonia Turn One. I notice now that I forgot a picture of the end of his movement phase, but it doesn't really do anything drastical. He just moves around and moves some slightly forward with everything. I think he's waiting for me. One thing that happens, he doesn't have any magic either, so it's straight into the shooting, and his only shooting is his Peasant Bowmen that open up on my poor dogs. He hits on 5s, I think. Yeah, 4 standard and then long range, but he wounds on 4s, but he managed to kill 3 of them, and I lose my panic, and I flee a long way. I flee 15 inches, so I end up almost on the edge of the border, and that is the only thing that happens during his phase. Next up, Beastman Turn 2. This is the beginning of my turn 2. I managed to fail an unruly test on my Brayherd, so they surge forward. This is very annoying because he can combo charge my Brayherds now with both his Pegasus and his Lord, and I won't stand a chance against those 2 units, so I have to do something. After my movement, I try to chaff both his 4 blocks of knights with my dogs, and I try to present my Minotaur block to his Pegasus in a hope that he will charge them. I don't think he will, because I will kill him rather easily. The best case scenario is that he charges my Minotaur with his Pegasus, and his Lord charges my Brayherd, because then I can challenge his Lord with my champion, and I think I will win. Will have 2 ranks standard, and I will outnumber him. So if he automatically kills him, yeah, I have to do the best of the situation. If you fail the unruly test, you fail the unruly test. At least I didn't fail the stupidity on the trolls. On the right side, I try to chaff his questing knights with my dog and use the chariot as a support. He either has to overrun, charge the dog and overrun, and then I will get a flank charge with my chariot, or he will back up and don't be. My plan is I don't want that block of questing knights into my backline. The Shagot is more or less just there as a security backup in the middle. So yeah, this is end of movement. In the magic phase, I will try to use my Enrapturing Spasm against one of his flying units. I decided to use it on the Pegasus, because if you combo charge my Bray herd with both the Pegasus and the Lord, I'm really in trouble. And I think it's easier for me to manage the Lord than the Knights. So I cast it, and it goes through on an 11, I think that is. Yes, that's an 11. He tries to display, but only gets dispel, but only gets a 9. So they are having enrapturing spasms, which is fairly nice for me. And now when I went through the pictures, I didn't take a picture of the end of his movement phase, but this is a summary. His Lord charged my Bray herd, and I think I did some quick math and decided that the safest thing is to flee anyway. So he fled, and on the leftmost side you see that both his Knights of the Realms are connected to my Minotaur block, and that's because I'm a big dum-dum. I'm quite used to playing 8th edition and the 9th age, where chaffing is a bit different because you have to roll on the charges. So when he decided to charge my dogs with those units, I decided to flee. But because you have fixed charges, he more or less easily overran into my or caught the dogs and overran into the block of Minotaurs, which was very dumb of me. But with so many additions in mind, sometimes you forget. So the tactic was that he would charge them and hopefully overrun, but now he automatically managed to get both of those units into my Minotaur, and that's a bit dumb by me. His questing knight block slowly backed off to give my chariot a front charge. I told him that the dogs are in the flank, but he doesn't care, so he will give me that, so that's always nice. On the leftmost side, his knight block with the BSB charged my dogs, and hopefully I can counter-charge him with my chariot, because the dogs won't stand against that. During the shooting phase, he tries to shoot at my trolls, I think, but he doesn't hit them, or he doesn't wound them. Nothing happens either way. In the combat phase, his BSB unit kills 4 dogs on the charge, and they run away. In the center, I think he failed a fear test on one of those knight blocks, which makes a huge difference. So he only did 4 wounds, which is really nice. For me at least. And I kill 3 knights in a turn. Victor has some amazing ward save rolls. He has a blue dice that he actually got from me, and he should actually be playing demons, because nobody in the world can roll 5 up ward save as his. So it's fairly annoying as well. I think the combat was a draw or something, because we stick there, and that's nice. I withered the charge and will hopefully win the grind. Well, I will win the grind because of my Doombull. He only has strength 3 now, so the charge is averted. During my charge phase, I flank his questing knight block with my 5 dogs and charge with the chariot in front. He has fairly good static combat resolution, but hopefully I can break him. On the left side, I charge his non-BSB block with my chariot to hopefully kill it. I use my Shagot as some kind of deterrent, so because I don't want his questing knight block in the flank of my Minotaur block. I rally my Brayherd with Shaman, and I try to present my trolls to his lord, because with their region I think they can at least survive, and with their vomiting attacks I can inflict 3 automatic hits, strength 5, so hopefully we'll take the bait. In the magic phase I tried to cast Enrapturing Spasm on his lord, but it didn't go off. I think it's cost a 10, so that's it. In the combat phase I managed to kill only 3 Knights of the Realm with the chariots, and he ran away, but I didn't manage to catch him, so that's always something. It went, I don't know, worse on the questing knight block. I only killed 2 with both my dogs and the chariots. As I said, he's a good, I think I did 6 impact hits or something, and but he saves them with his ward save. And I think the combat was a tie, so we stick. The Minotaur combat, he doesn't do anything. He hits first, doesn't do, no, my Doombull goes first. He only managed to kill a single knight, because this man rolls ward saves as nobody, otherwise the best, I don't know. And in the end of the combat, one of his units sticks. I think he rolled like 3 or something, and the other unit with 3 knights run away. During the Bretonnia Turn 3, he charges my trolls with his lord and the Pegasus knights, and he turns around his VSB block to look towards my chariot in the top left corner. I think he also rallies his knights there. I think he does like a single wound in the shooting phase to my Shagot with his bowman, but in the combat phase his Pegasus and Lord does kills a troll on the charge and does, I think it's 1 additional wound, but they fail their leadership test and flee. He catches them and overruns into the Brayherd, which is not ideal. The questing knights also kill the dogs, and win the combat against. I don't think I do any wounds to his block with the chariot, the Bestigor on it, and also flees. So it's all crumbling apart now. At least in the middle, the Minotaur block eats the last. I think he actually managed to kill one more Minotaur with his Knights of the Realm champion, I think. Yeah, I think so. So, but they win and turn towards the troll and Bray herd fest in the middle. During Beastman Turn 4, I charge his pegs with the Minotaur block. I'd failed to rally the fleeing chariot, and the Shagot moves up and are angry and will try to take the BSB block from behind. I can't remember if I charged him with the Bestigor chariot or no, the Tuskar chariot, or if he charged me, but I don't see any wound markers up there. So hopefully, I think I charged him, but he saved everything with his damn ward save, as he does. But with the Minotaur and the Doombull in the flank, it's starting to look good. In the magic phase, I actually cast Enrapturing Spasm on his lord, so he will be he can't fight, and he will be automatically hit in combat, and he fails to dispel it. So this is more or less a game changer, and which was really nice. I think when I look on the photos, I think my chariot was the one who charged the Knight of the Realm unit, but he only managed to kill a single model because he saves everything with his ward save. I don't know why. In the combat phase, I challenge his lord with my Doombull. I think that because he was outside of combat, so he will not be able to fight anyway. So either he will fight the Pegasus Knight, the Pegasus unit champion, which is nice. I will take that. We'll kill him, or the Lord, and he actually accepted with his Lord, thinking his word save would save him. But I did some wounds. I think 2 wounds, so he has a single wound left. And the Minotaur killed. I think they killed. Yeah, they killed 2 of the Peg Knights, and the last Peg Knight actually managed to kill 3 Gores. The unit. I won combat, and this is also a mistake from me, because I thought that the Blood Greed rule was that they can't chase because they are eating the corpses that they killed, but apparently they have to chase. But so my Minotaur block is still standing there because I misread the rules. But the Bray herd unit chased the Lord and actually caught him, which was really nice. So that's a big swing for me, because that Lord is really annoying. During Bretonia Turn 4, he charges my Bray herd block with his Questing Knights. He rallies his Peg Knight, and he charges the flank of my chariot with his BSB block. And it's nothing really I can do about that. I think he only managed to kill 4 scores on the charge, but it's enough. I don't do anything to him, and he outnumbers me, and win combat. I flee, and he doesn't overrun into the Minotaur block, which he really wanted, so now I have a free charge against him. On the leftmost side, my share, I think he just killed the chariot outright, and he turns to face the Shagot. So this is the end. He moves forward with his arch unit. I think he fires against the chariot that is still fleeing, but nothing really happens. At the start of the turn, I charged my Minotaurs into his questing knight. I charged his BSB block with my Shagot, and I rally my chariot that's near the Dumble. I actually didn't manage to rally my Bray herd with the shaman, so he continues to flee. Hopefully, his Pegasus, he will not see that the Pegasus Knight can see the Bray herd, because otherwise it's easy points for him. And without a magic phase, we get straight into combat. The Dumble starts, and I think he kills 3 of the questing knights. He's a beast in combat, so it's not that uncommon. And the unit kills another one, and I think he flees. Yeah, I win combat and he flees. I still had thought that the blood greed rule was that you can't pursue, but the rule is that you can't overrun, because no, the rule is you can't, if you slay something outright, you can't overrun because you're standing and eating their corpses, but you have to flee, and you have to chase, and you chase 3d6 instead of 2d6, even though you have only a movement value of 6. So if I did know my rules better, I would probably overrun into his pig knight that stands there, but alas, I don't know the rules. I think the Shagot kills. Yeah, the Shagot put all his attacks on the BSB, and no, I killed the BSB and a single realm, but his sticks. He managed to, yeah, I think he sticks on like some low leadership. Top of Bretonia Turn, is it 5 now? Yeah, 5. He rallies his questing knight block, and he sees my Bray herd with his pig knight, and I roll really low with the flee, and he catch them. So that's a big win for him. In the combat his peasant tries to shoot my chariot, I think, but nothing really happens. My Shagot kills 3 knights, I think, and he sticks. I think he rolled like 3 or something in the leadership. So that's his whole turn. Turn 5, Brettonia, yeah. In the last Beastman turn, I charge his questing knight block that rallied with my beasts, with my Minotaurs, and the Shagot, I think he kills the last Knights of the Realm up in the corner. Nothing really happens now. I think I reformed to face his pig knight after the combat. In his, that's the only thing that happened. It doesn't, no, there's a few models left now, so I think that's happened during my last turn. can't really understand why that chariot moved there, but I think that's what happened. In the last Bretonnia turn, he charges my Minotaur block with his last Pegasus for laughs, and the block kills him. So that's more or less. This is the last picture of the game. I can't really understand why that my chariot moved there. I don't know if we just discussed something or if we played one more turn that we should have. I don't know. But this is the last game, the last picture of the game. So it was. I think I have a bit over 1,000 points left on the table. My heavy hitters are there. The Minotaur block is there, the Doombo is left, the Shagot is left, and a single chariot survived. His only 2 units that survived were the Peasant Bowmen and 2 Knights of the Realm, so it was a major Beastman victory. We were before the battle, because this is a campaign match. Before the battle, we rolled on the terrain table to see what kind of tide we were fighting over, and it was a riverland, which I will explain more on what that does in the setup for pre-game 2 video that I will upload. I will also display my the bounty points and everything, and how I will prepare before game 2. Because I won, I get to roll my Doom. Every Lord or the character that survived gets to roll on a table for veterancy, and my Doombo got an increase in weapon skill in this campaign, so his weapon skill is 7 now. I get to choose 2 units. They get also a veterancy perk, and I choose my Minotaur and the Shagot. The Shagot also got a weapon skill increase, so he's also weapon skill 7 now, I think. And the Minotaur got an extra pip of armor penetration, so they have armor penetration 1 now. His BSB died. Every casualty, every character that dies on the table, you have to roll on this injury table. And his BSB, I think, was slain. I don't really understand what that implies, but I think I will explain that later when I talk to our game master. My Bray Shaman was also killed, but I rolled on the table and he survived. He was just knocked unconscious. The same with my opponent's Lord. So a major Beastman victory. I think the list worked. The list would work even better if I knew the rules better. I mostly played Warhammer 8th edition and the 9th age, and this is all the rules. And if you play all of these editions, you get all the rules mixed up. I miss Shaft with the dogs. I shouldn't have fled. I should have stood there and hope he overran badly. So this is what happened. I will upload a new video with pre-game 2 on how I will change my roster. I will gain some additional gold now with the River Valley and purchase some new units. So this is everything. Goodbye.